Our world is faced with challenging problems that as engineers are tasked to solve. According to the National Academy of Engineering, restoring and improving urban infrastructure is one of many grand challenges that engineers will need to solve in the nearest future. In particular, one big problem is that our buildings are decaying and deteriorating. How can civil engineers, materials engineers, architects, and urban planners work collaboratively with construction contractors and technicians to improve these deteriorating infrastructure? First, let's learn more about these professions.
To focus on combining the elements of landscaping and building using in order to lessen the area of human-induced land and maximize the efficiency of the current urban spaces. Their responsibility is to come up with designs of buildings which is both pleasing to the eyes and effective in function, safety, and energy. Specifically, architectural engineers work on creating greenbelt areas to reduce the risk of floods and erosion and establishing city parks for ecological and recreational purposes. Civil engineers specialize in construction projects and activities rather than how the design could fit in to improve the urban community and infrastructure development. Their fields vary and can be very detailed. For example, testing soils to determine the adequacy and strength of foundations.
A variety of engineering materials are used as building blocks in different industries. Materials engineers are responsible for the research, specification, design, and development of materials to improve their performance, durability, and cost-effectiveness of processes and products. Their role is therefore to choose the best materials for improving aging urban infrastructures. The issue of material selection follows thus different criteria, such as the mechanical properties of the material, their determined performance, durability, cost, weight, and dimension limits. Moreover, this selection plays a key role toward the achievement of green building, respecting the sustainable development by improving the energy performance of the building and reducing environmental impacts. As for contractors, they are responsible for providing all the materials, labor, equipment, and services necessary for the construction of the project. Technicians are also involved in the construction project by observing, inspecting, sampling, testing various construction materials.
After describing what they individually do, you might be asking yourself, how do they work together to make it happen? The engineering disciplines will work together to make the plans to improve these degrading infrastructures, and the non-engineer discipline, in our example, will put the project together. The architect will design a space to meet the client's needs, and will come up with blueprints for both the inside and outside of a building. Because the architect is ultimately responsible that the building is safe for its occupants, he or she will work closely with a civil engineer to ensure the structure meets all the appropriate building codes and optimize the infrastructure. They will then ask the material engineer what are the appropriate structural materials so that it will be more sustainable. Finally, we obviously need someone to create the new and improved structure, which are the contractors and technicians, which will be supervised by the above professionals.
In conclusion, urban infrastructure, like many other engineering fields, is interdisciplinary in nature and utilizes skills of both engineers and non-engineers alike. And so, a major grand challenge for infrastructure engineers will be not only to devise new approaches and methods, but to communicate their value and worthiness to society at large, a task which requires a broad and diverse skill set.